Hello, hello. Let's check and see if I am live. It says we're streaming. All right, we are. Let's check and see if I am live. We are live, honey bunches of oats. Good deal. All righty, so let me share this out to a couple of places really quick. It's your girl Paula Marie, the EbonyBizDiva. Good morning. Good afternoon if you are watching this on the replay. Shout out to hashtag replay. Okay. All right. So I wanted to jump on really quickly. I tried to do this video last week and I think my volume was off. So I had to make sure that my volume was on so that you can get this good tea. So let me share this out to a couple of places and then I will definitely um, start this video. So today we're talking about sharing content, automating your content. There are a couple of links inside of the description that I wanted to share this out to. So I definitely want to share this out as well. Talking about how do we repurpose content in a way that we've already created in a very intelligent way that allows us to maximize and increase our visibility, right? Our brand awareness, which will lead to increasing and generating more revenue. So I have a couple of links. I'm going to walk through it, right? If you are a coach, if you are a course creator, if you are a fitness professional, if you sell a physical product, if you are an author, okay, I'll try to hit all the buckets, right? Because as some of you know, you may not know, I'm a serial entrepreneur. So all of these items that I just listed, I got my hand in some of those, right? So I want to speak specifically to you because these are ways that you can intelligently, without a lot of effort, increase your visibility. As creators, increasing our visibility with marketing may not be our jam. It may not be something that we are definitely like on board with. And so once we start really increasing visibility and marketing, it kind of makes us tired sometimes. Like sometimes we get very tired by that thing. We want to be in front of the masses. We just don't always know how to be in front of the masses. And so let me just check something really quick. And so because of that, it's very easy for us to get lost in how do we increase our visibility? How do we increase our brand? How do we do that? So this is what we're working on right now. I just had to share this thing in one more place. So if you are a fitness professional, let me know that in the comments. You can give me a @ for your business page, right? Shout yourselves out. If you are an author, let me know that in the comments as well. Where can we find your book, right? What is your book about? If you are a course creator, shout yourself out in the comments. If there is a link to your landing page, or if you are, I'm a Pinterest expert, so let me know what your course is about in the comments. If you are any of these things, a business coach and consultant, a fitness professional, personal trainer, Pilates trainer, fitness instructor, etc., etc., etc. If you are a if you have a handmade business or you sell a physical product that you make and you have a Spotify shop or an Etsy store or just a standalone shop that you sell, place that link in the comments as well. If you are an author and you have a book, where can we find the book? Place the book title, the link on Amazon in the comments. So this is the time for you to shout yourselves out. First of all, I want to give everybody the opportunities who's watching this to be able to increase their visibility and their exposure. And even though there may not be a lot of people watching, the replays are legendary. So definitely shout yourself out. You never know when someone will click on your link and find you and connect with you. I want to speak directly to each of you because these are all of the businesses that I am in as well. Oh, and I forgot to list the fifth one. If you have a foundation, if you have a foundation, a nonprofit that you want to increase more visibility for. Also, if you have a brick and mortar business, if you have an actual business where I can open the door and walk into your space and see what you got going on, definitely place your link or what you do inside of the comments because I'm speaking to each of you and I want to be very clear about the message that I'm delivering. So let me introduce myself if you don't know me already. I'm Paula Marie, aka the EbonyBizDiva. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm also a serial entrepreneur. So basically, all that means is that I have multiple businesses. I like to do a whole lot of stuff. Okay. So I like to do a whole lot of stuff. Um, as the Ebony Biz Diva, I am a business system strategist. What is that exactly? It took me a while to figure that thing out, but I'm really good with organization. I'm really good with helping people to come in and navigate through the quicksand to get their businesses organized so that they can start or so that they can get rid of the stuff that's not making the money and focus on generating income activities. So I'm extremely knowledgeable in that. And that's pretty much my full-time job. As a fitness professional, I'm a manager. I've been a manager in the fitness industry for, excuse me, over 20 years. I worked for big corporations like Lifetime Fitness. I started at Bally Total Fitness, if you remember that. So that kind of dates me a little bit. But you know, I love being dated, honey, because I need you to understand all 50 of these years that you get. Okay. Um, and right now I manage for an organization, a local government organization. So I work for the county and I am working on building and implementing programs. We're in the restructuring process right now with COVID. We are actually like building everything from scratch because COVID just kind of flatlined everyone's business in the fitness industry. So if you're in the fitness industry, I know exactly what you're going through when it comes to the obstacles that you may be experiencing. I'm also an author. I have another book coming out in January. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited about that. And so, as an author, there are ways that you can maximize your visibility. A lot of times we write the book and we put so much emphasis on the book, but we need to be placing emphasis on how to market the book. We need to be placing emphasis on who we're marketing to. So, we're going to get into that in the next 20 minutes as well. And then I have a handmade business that I've been making for the last 30 some years. I started locking my hair in 1989. So when I started locking, it wasn't a whole shelf, a whole line, a whole aisle, of black hair care products. So I had to create my own, and shea butter alone was not the answer. So I've been creating and working on product creation, physical product creation for the last 30 years, but I've only been selling for the last 3. So don't be me. If you have a product inside of you, stay tuned. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it because where would I be if I had started marketing this Paula's Whip 25 years ago? Like, what, child? But it's okay. I'm going to get there. So that's just a little bit of history about me if you don't know who I am. So today we're talking about how to automate the content that you already have. How do we automate the things that you are already producing, that you already have in front of you automatically? And so at the end of the day, what I want each and every one of you to understand is if you haven't started, you can start today. And it doesn't have to be this huge, arduous plan. It can be one thing that you implement to get you started. But if you start with the big, colorful things that don't generate revenue, which is what most of my clients focus on, they focus on the big, colorful things like, oh, I got to get my website together, right? Well, nah, You don't really have to get your website together first. Your product and who your product serves is what you got to get together first. So let's get into it. Okay. So I am also, a digital content creator. I have a couple of online courses. There is a link to one of my free online courses that's in the description. So if you're interested in maximizing your visibility and marketing in a free way, in a more organic way that lands you on Google, this is the easiest, simplest way to land you on Google and to expose you to people who are actively searching for you, then you definitely want to click on my Pinterest one-on-one link, and I'll talk about that more as we go in the next 15 minutes. But what I want to talk about is content creators, authors, fitness professionals. You already have content. You already have content that you've created, especially in this age, because everybody flipped to Zoom. So, as I said, my full time is working in fitness, managing marketing programs for the county, for a county agency. And so, when we flipped to Zoom and we started to really like figure out how to navigate through Zoom, that was a challenge for some. And it was in the wheelhouse of others because people were already on the online space some, right? The content that that you've already shot, that you're already implementing, whether it is in your live classes online, whether it's in your private classes, you can take that content and repurpose it, right? So I'm going to give you a nugget, okay? You all need to be paying me $125 for this nugget, okay? Take one of your short videos, right? I take like maybe or clip a portion of your class, like a 10 minute. If your class is an hour, a 15 minute, right? So just a quarter, right? Of the best content that has like a beginning and you can kind of get them in, and then you wrap it up with a cool down, even if it's just an inhalation, exhalation, right? And then you upload that bad boy onto Webinar Kit. The Webinar Kit is a program that I discovered a few months ago. I love it. I've been using it like crazy. The way Webinar Kit works is that it helps you automate content that you've already created. So you take that video, you repurpose it and place it on Webinar Kit. And then you can schedule on Webinar Kit the number of ways that people can sign up for your workshop or your free class. So you can say free class at 7 p.m., right? Excuse me. So one of the slots they can sign up for is Wednesdays at 7 p.m. But maybe you offer another one at Friday at 6 a.m. And so they can sign up for that free class slot at 7 p.m., right? If then, so this is how you get them in. You're giving them a way to work out with you for free, to understand how you move, to connect with you. And now, in exchange for that, when they signed up, your email automatically goes into your email building list. So I use ConvertKit, which is why there's a link for ConvertKit. They do have free options that you can have on ConvertKit, so you don't have to pay to use it if you have a small list if you're building. Um, and they do have weekly webinars and workshops teaching you how to use it. That's the thing that hooked me with ConvertKit, because I want to know how to use the content that the programs that I'm paying for. I don't want to just pay for something and then have to figure out with articles. Articles don't work for me. Okay. I'm gonna need you to talk that thing out. As you know, you can see I'm a visual person. So I need you to talk that thing out. I might need to record that thing, okay? I might need to replay it 10 times until I get it. But I love that they give weekly workshops showing us how to use the um, actual program to be able to move our business and push our business into a forward way. So I have the link there. If you want to check it out, check it out. Like I said, they have a free option and they also have a paid option. Um, but with the webinar kit, once they work out with you and they take that class, as they're taking out their class, there could be some options, offers that you place inside of that video. This is one of the things that Webinar Kit does, right? So I can say that at minute 7:59, my offer is going to pop up on the screen. And I can say when that offer, how long it stays on the screen, and when that offer pops off, right? So I can give a limited a limited time offer if I want them to sign up for my studio, my online virtual studio, right? So it gives you ways that you can incentivize them, right? And they also have a chat option as well. Now these are the chat is an add-on. I did add the chat option because with Webinar Kit, it's one payment, one time, and you have lifetime access to it. And so I am automating this thing to the 10th power, right? So you've got all of these different ways that you can use and incentivize your clients throughout that whole entire presentation. But then also, when you build your webinar kit, there's so many other different ways that you can maximize that video. So we have Eventbrite, which is a free option on Facebook. And when you're on Facebook with Eventbrite, those workshops pop up all the time, right? So Facebook is working on your behalf to push all of those Eventbrite workshops in front of the people that are interested in what you offer based off of the tags that you use. I suggest to my clients that you use Eventbrite, and you can use a recurring event that happens, for example, every Wednesday at noon. That way, every Wednesday at noon, people will be able to sign up for this Eventbrite workshop, which is actually the webinar that you've already done prior to and uploaded on your webinar kit. And so when they sign up for it, you will internally send them the link to be able to watch that webinar. So there's so many different ways you can maximize and to this repurposed content, correct? But also with the webinar kit, you are building your landing page as you build out your offer. So when you build out your webinar kit webinar, you're also building out your landing page too. Very sleek, very simple, clean landing pages that are available to you. And you can include your logos, you can change the colors around, you can change the fonts. Very, very slick, very, very slick. So that's one way that I would use, one way to repurpose as a fitness instructor. Same thing if I was an author. How about reading excerpt from your page, pages of your book, and then placing that excerpt onto Webinar Kit, right? Placing that file for free 99, right? So you're offering it for free, right? But you can also offer paid workshops on Webinar Kit as well. You can do a workshop and place a $27, $99, $297 offer on that webinar that you did, and then they will for a fee. And then you can automate that every single week. You can also automate your digital content on ConvertKit as well, which is why I placed the link there as well. So there's so many different ways that you can work the routes to increasing your visibility. It's just whether or not you choose to do them. I would pick one, okay? Just pick one and focus on the one. Focus on the one really hard and maximize that. Now, once you get people signed up for your programs, for your webinars, for your free workshops, you have to have a way to stay in touch with them and nurture them. And that's through your email automations, which is another reason why I placed the link for the ConvertKit in the description, because those emails are going to keep people engaged and connected with you and what you do next. Because they may not be focused on what you offer today, But if you stay connected and nurture your tribe, they'll definitely stay connected with you and jump on something else that you're able to offer in the future. Because you're a creator, you're an entrepreneur, right? Now, if you have a physical product, and I also have a physical product, you're also able to really work through that process of creating visibility, having people click on your links to go directly to your websites, to purchase, to learn more about your products and services using Pinterest. So I'm a Pinterest expert. What I do is I help my clients go onto Pinterest, which is free 99, and be able to increase and maximize their visibility and their revenue. How do we do this? We do this by working the system of Pinterest. There is a system. And a lot of people get lost in it because maybe they're on Pinterest for their personal boards. They may be just, placing pins into their personal boards, but you can create a business Pinterest account, and it must be done a specific way in order for your pins to reach the ideal clients that are searching for you. 87% of all Pinterest users make a purchase. 93% of all Pinterest users go on Pinterest looking for more research on items that they want, need, and or like. They are gathering the information. They go there first because they're already interested. So they're not a cold audience. This is the warmest audience that you're ever going to find because they went on Pinterest looking for the things that they were already interested in. You, as a business owner, an author, a course creator, a business coach, you, as a physical product entrepreneur, have to be on Pinterest to be found. And because Pinterest, it looks like a social media outlet, but it's technically a search engine. It looks like a Facebook or an Instagram, but it's really a search engine, right? Because as I said, people are going on there to search for the things that they are needing, right? Then your audience is super warm. You just have to be there. Now, the difference between other social media platforms and Pinterest is that it's so easy to link your direct websites to each individual pin. You can't do that on Instagram. And the other difference that Pinterest has for course creators and digital content creators, authors, is that you cannot place your digital content on your Facebook and your Pinterest shops. However, Pinterest wants you to place that content on your Pinterest business shops. So Pinterest moves very different because it knows that it is a digital space. It lives for digital content because that is really what Google loves. And speaking of Google, because these are both search engines, Google loves to pluck things from Pinterest and place it onto Google. Because Google, all they do is they snatch things from other platforms, but they snatch things from YouTube and Pinterest first or they take precedent because they're both search engines. So anyway, I've got links for my one-on-one business Pinterest 5-day course challenge. It is a 5-day course that shows you how to strategically map out that business Pinterest account because it's not like your personal account on Pinterest. If you go in there and set up your account, the way that you set up your account personally, you won't see the success. The Pinterest will not move you. Now, let me tell you another thing about Pinterest. You can take the webinar that you place on Webinar Kit and link that in a pin on Pinterest. You can also take the Eventbrite that you created on Facebook and link that and create a separate pin or multiple pins, as I would suggest, on Pinterest. And then guess what? Google is going to pick up those pins and circulate those pins all over the World Wide Web. So there's so many layers to how this thing can grow. I'm just hoping that I was able to help you to understand how you can repurpose that one video and automate that thing, not only using your webinar kit, but also taking this webinar kit landing page and moving it onto your Eventbrite. So now Facebook's algorithm is going to move your Eventbrite to those clients, those prospective clients that are interested in the things that you offer. Then you also can take both your Eventbrite and your webinar kit uh, pages, um, events, and place both of those onto Pinterest Business, which is a search engine, which, as I might reiterate, 87% of Pinterest users make purchases. So you don't want to sleep on Pinterest. And more shoppers make purchases using Pinterest than on Facebook and on Instagram, period. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let me let that sit with you for a second. All right. So hopefully you've been able to plan and implement a couple of things. Now, if you really want to see how Webinar Kit really moves, I have a free training and I place that link on the description. So click the link for the free Webinar Kit training, right? It's of no cost to you, but it gives you much more insight on how we're moving through this Webinar Kit world, right? And if you have any questions, definitely place those in the comments. I'll definitely respond. And if you're watching this on the replay, please post hashtag replay in the comments so I'll know that you caught this on the replay, because the replay fam is deep, okay? I know that y'all are deep, so I want to make sure I give y'all a little bit of light and sunshine as well. There's a link to my business page if you want to stay connected with me, and on Facebook, the Ebony Biz Diva. I'm your girl, Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva. I hope that I gave you a couple of things that are going to incentivize you and going to ignite a fire in you to be able to move and push your business. And I invite each and every one of you that want to push a little bit harder to set up just a consultation with me so that we can go through your business one-on-one and see where the pockets are that you can explore to increase your visibility and generate more revenue at the same time. Alrighty, have an amazing day. I will see you later in these internet streets. Bye.